The city of Paris, where art and life blend together in every small street, appears under the chilly winter sky. One winter day, the cold wind gently blew through the paved streets, creating the whispering sound of time, and shimmering yellow lights seemed to light up every alley. Everything seems to have a melancholy beauty mixed with indescribable romance. A vivid picture of the fashion capital with its dreams, hopes, and loneliness. In the midst of that scene, Emma, a young girl with eyes filled with desire, living in poverty but full of energy, is hurriedly entering the building of a famous fashion company. Emma works in the company's production department, where exquisite designs are sewn and woven from creative ideas. Even though her income is limited and life is always difficult, Emma always tries her best to make a living and help her grandmother, her loyal companion and great source of encouragement during difficult times. While Emma was busy arranging papers, fabric samples, and designs, a new face appeared among the crowd of employees. That's Adam, a new man who just joined the company. With his simple appearance, gentle demeanor, and humble demeanor, Adam quickly became the center of attention. The chilly morning air was made even warmer by his gentle smile and sincere eyes. In the very first moment when Emma's eyes met Adam's, a strange feeling welled up in her heart, as if all the worries of everyday life suddenly disappeared, giving way to hope and the desire to find happiness. No one expected that behind the appearance of a simple, lowly employee, Adam hid a big secret. He was actually a famous billionaire. Adam chose to live in seclusion, leaving behind a life of luxury, busy with financial transactions and the cloud of fame. To test whether true love can flourish in a relationship unaffected by money and social status, he wants to live with himself, to be loved for his intrinsic qualities instead of the numbers on a bank account or the reputation painted on a magazine cover. During his first days at the company, Adam showed such friendliness and sociability that it made everyone around him feel reinvigorated. He is always ready to help, share his experiences, and always behaves humbly, even though his lavish past may have given him much to brag about. Adam's appearance changed the atmosphere of the office, making Emma's working days gradually become lighter, imbued with faith in something better. In that first moment when Emma saw Adam enter the meeting room, she felt an indescribable attraction. Not only because of his calm appearance, but also because of the way he talks, the way he listens to his colleagues' confidences. Emma, who was used to difficulties in life, from harsh words or contemptuous looks due to circumstances that made her always feel like a small person, found in Adam a warmth and respect that she had never experienced. That feeling, like a ray of sunshine breaking through the gloomy clouds, awakened in her the belief that maybe true love still exists, despite all prejudices and difficulties. On every small street of Paris, amidst the bustle of cafes and the hum of buses, Emma dreams of a life without the cracks of poverty, a life where she can live fully with love and happiness. In her mind, Adam gradually became the image of hope, the person she believed could overcome all challenges with her, walking with her through the bumpy paths of destiny. Every time they met during lunch break, every time Adam smiled and looked at her humbly, Emma believed more and more that life could bring surprises, that love was not just a distant thing but only found in fairy tales. It is those simple moments that create a delicate connection between two people from two different worlds. One is the world of poverty and daily struggle. On the other side is the world of wealth and material values that he gave up in search of something more authentic. Amid the chilly air of Paris, with the weak rays of winter sunlight filtering through every crack in the door, Emma and Adam's story began to blossom. That chance meeting was not just a coincidence, but seemed like fate had arranged to bring two strangers together. Paris itself, the city of love, of art, and of dreams, seems to want to prove that somewhere in every heart there always exists a possibility to love and be loved in the truest way. Although Emma had no idea that Adam was a hidden billionaire, she felt the difference right from his small gestures, the way he listened, the way he never showed conceit, the way he treated everyone equally and sincerely. That's what made Emma open her heart, making her dare to dream of a future no longer bound by the limits of fate. And so, on a cold winter morning in Paris, when the weak rays of the sun crept through the gray sky, Emma and Adam began their own journey. A journey that was not only a chance meeting, but also the gentle touch of two souls. Two people who dared to love in a world where prejudice and difficulties always lurk. That story, although simple, carries within it a strong belief that true love can overcome all barriers, that even though life is full of wounds and loneliness, there is always a small, glimmering light, enough to guide people to find themselves. Emma is the embodiment of strength and resilience. Born into poverty, she learned early on that life is not always fair. Every day, Emma wakes up from a not-so-deep sleep, preparing for a long day of work at the fashion company where she works. Emma's job is not just a profession. It is also a way for her to assert herself, to find a little freedom in her limited life. Living in a small apartment with her grandmother, Emma always feels the burden of responsibility. Her grandmother is not only a caregiver, but also an inspiration and a source of spiritual encouragement to help her overcome the difficulties and failures of life. She told Emma old stories, beautiful memories, and sincere advice, helping her to always believe that no matter how cruel her fate, love and honesty will always be the guiding light. Emma dreams of a better life. Even though she knew that the road ahead was full of thorns, she still did not give up her dream. The dream of having an opportunity, of having someone to share the joys and sorrows of life with. Every day that passes, Emma still sticks to her work, trying to complete assigned tasks with dedication and indescribable passion. When she is tired, she remembers her grandmother's promise, remembers stories about true love and a fulfilling life. That is the reason why she never loses faith, no matter how harsh life is. In contrast to Emma, Adam comes from a much more luxurious world. In fact, Adam is a famous billionaire with a huge fortune, but he chose to hide under the guise of an ordinary employee at a fashion company. What makes Adam special is not only his wealth, but also his humility, simplicity, and desire to find true love, a love that is not dominated by money, fame, or power. Adam has long been tired of a life of luxury, with relationships built on benefits and frivolous glamour. He told himself that to be truly loved, he must live true to himself. Therefore, he decided to leave the comforts of the upper class and immerse himself in a simple life, where people are judged by their actions and kindness, not by the numbers on their bank accounts. From his first meeting with Emma, Adam was fascinated by her natural beauty, honesty, and extraordinary energy. He realized that in Emma, there were no layers of wealth, no luxurious materials, only a person with a simple heart and a strong desire to live. For Adam, that is the true value of love. Love for people, for the good qualities inside, not for things that can be bought. Adam is not simply looking for someone to share his life with, but also wants to experience true emotions, live in love without worrying about the price of fame or fortune. He chose to live hidden away in a fashion company so that he could be close to ordinary people, to be able to listen and understand their feelings, and from there discover the hidden beauty in each person. At the fashion company where Emma works, the working atmosphere is always busy and stressful. However, Adam's appearance created a new breeze, a subtle but meaningful change. Simple conversations during lunch breaks, gentle touches when handing over documents, or simply smiles exchanged between tiring working hours, all gradually create an invisible bond between Emma and Adam. Emma, who is used to the difficulties of life, is initially a bit shy in the presence of someone like Adam, but the more she interacted, the more she felt the sincerity, warmth, and kindness in the way he behaved. Adam is never cocky, never acts different, but always knows how to make everyone around him feel appreciated. She quickly realized that in Adam, she found something in common: the belief in true love, the desire to live fully, not bound by the limitations of social status. The two gradually began to talk more. Stories about life, dreams, and even secret feelings are gradually shared in the intimate space of the room. Emma told Adam about the difficulties of life, about the small dreams she always wanted. Adam listened, not only with his ears, but also with his heart, making Emma feel that she was no longer alone. In those moments, when the darkness of the past and the pressures of a poor life seemed to become lighter, Emma believed that perhaps she had found a companion, someone who could overcome all challenges with her and turn her distant dreams into reality. Adam, on the contrary, felt that in Emma there was not only simplicity, but also a strong vitality, a hope that no matter how complicated the world is, people can still live with honesty and humility. He realized that true love does not need the flashiness of money, but only needs to be built on a foundation of respect and sharing. Amidst the hustle and bustle of the fashion company, amidst the noisy printers and busy gestures, the two souls, Emma and Adam, gradually found each other. They seemed to be connected by an invisible string, making all distances, whether physical or mental, seem to become blurred. Their story is not just a simple romance, but also a symbol of faith, of hope that no matter how many barriers fate imposes, true love can always find its way to the heart. Paris, the city of love, is the ideal setting for that story to be portrayed. Roadside cafes, tree-lined streets, laughter and conversations over late-night coffee have created a vivid emotional picture of life. Emma and Adam, despite coming from two opposing worlds, one side is full of difficulties and hardships. On the other side is luxury and fame, having found a quiet space among the noise of life. They know that no matter how harsh the fate, true love always has the power to soothe all wounds, can always bring a new beginning. And in every conversation, every moment together, they gradually cultivate an unbreakable bond. A bond built on sincerity, on deep human values, and on the belief that only love can make each person feel the true meaning of life. First of all, as time passed through stressful working hours at the fashion company, the feelings between Emma and Adam gradually blossomed in the simple space of private moments. Lunch breaks in the small room, silence with a cup of black coffee with strong Parisian flavor have become the place where they share everyday stories. Emma began to tell Adam about the difficulties in daily life, from waking up early to prepare for work to the small dreams she cherished as she dreamed of a better future. In each story, Emma cannot hide her feelings and dreams, as if she is giving a part of her soul full of desire to live truly. Adam listened. His gentle and sincere eyes seemed to understand everything Emma was going through. He not only listens with his ears, but also with his heart. In each of Emma's stories, Adam feels simplicity, resilience, and a strong belief that no matter how difficult life is, love and determination will always guide people. He slowly realized that in Emma there was not only pure external beauty, but also a sharp mind, intelligence, and the ability to be independent in overcoming all adversities. Through each conversation, gentle laughter mixed with emotional moments of silence, the feelings between them became deeper. Adam is attracted to Emma's simplicity, intelligence, and genuine personality. He doesn't need to know about the amount of money in the account or the lavish titles. For him, a person's value is shown by the way she faces life, by the way she never gives in to difficulties. That made him feel like he could trust and gradually open up to Emma, sharing his own private thoughts, something that few people can do when living under the lights of a luxurious city. However, besides those warm moments, Emma began to clearly feel the difference between her and Adam. Every time Adam talked about past experiences, or when he showed acumen in financial matters, Emma felt like an outsider. She wondered if she had enough strength to meet the desires and expectations that a rich man like him might have. Conversations about heavy topics such as the future, living a stable life, and big plans and dreams gradually make Emma become shy and confused. One afternoon after work, when the two of them were sitting together in a small cafe near the company, Emma suddenly pondered, "Adam, do you think that there might be such big differences between us?" Her voice was soft but contained a deep concern. Adam looked at her. His eyes were gentle but also filled with worry. "Honey, I just want you to understand that, despite our differences, I always appreciate you for who you are. Your simplicity, wisdom, and honesty are something I can never find in anyone else." But Emma was still not reassured. She quietly sighed. "I'm afraid that I'll never be able to live up to what you, with your lavish past, expect. I'm just a poor girl with small dreams. Do you really believe that our love can overcome that difference?" In that moment, Adam realized Emma's secret anxiety. He knows that to build a true relationship, he needs not only love, but also understanding. He needs to share honestly and open his heart. But inside, he also felt a feeling of concern when thinking, will she ever be able to overcome her self-esteem, overcome her worries about herself, to believe in their love? "Emma, I love you for who you are, not for what you don't have. I know that we come from two different worlds, but it's that difference that makes us special." He believes that true love does not judge people by numbers or status, but only by their inner values. I hope you can understand that. Adam's words were like a gentle dose of comfort, but in Emma's heart there were still jealousies and worries that could not go away. She wondered if she had the strength to stand next to someone she knew came from a world of luxury, of opportunity and stability that she had never had. She fears that one day, when life's difficulties become too heavy, she will not be strong enough to cope, and their love will crumble under the pressure of irreparable differences. However, through every conversation, through every touch, through every smile exchanged, the feelings between Emma and Adam are further strengthened. Adam's sincerity, humility, and kindness gradually helped Emma reduce her worries. helping her realize that human value is not only measured by what we have, but also by how we love and live fully with ourselves. Late at night, when Emma lay awake in the small room next to her grandmother, she often told herself that perhaps, even though the differences between her and Adam were huge, if love could overcome everything, then they could build a good future together, where human values are appreciated more than all frivolous material things. However, inside Emma's soul there is always a dull anxiety, the fear that she will never be good enough to meet the expectations of a man like Adam. Long nights, when the rain fell outside the window and the dim yellow light reflected on the old walls, Emma felt like all her dreams and desires became fragile and fragile under the weight of expectations and prejudices. She did not know that, in those moments, her conflicting emotions were gradually creating a complex picture of a love affair between two opposite people, a picture filled with faith and hope, but also not lacking in fear and anxiety. Between the world of luxury, of numbers and fame, and the world of simplicity, of small dreams that Emma cherishes, their love gradually becomes a testament to the belief that despite differences, true love can overcome all barriers. And even though the anxiety still mixed in, even though her own lies could not disappear, Emma continued to walk with Adam. Because, in her heart, there was still a strong belief that love could save everything, even if life was full of unforeseen challenges. During the times when everything seemed to go smoothly, Adam, who always appeared humble, simple and sincere, gradually realized that it was time for him to reveal the truth about his identity to Emma. He has been carrying around a big secret all these years, that he, whom Emma has gradually come to love for who he is actually a famous billionaire who gave up a life of luxury to live simply. Adam knows that if he continues to keep this secret, things may become even more complicated and contradictory. He decided that true love always needs the truth, and he didn't want to hide anything from the girl he treasured. One evening at a company party, when the atmosphere became warmer due to the melodious jazz music and sparkling lights, Adam prepared to arrange a time to share his secret with Emma. He planned carefully, prepared sincere words, hoping that Emma would understand that, under the simple appearance of a lowly employee, he was always someone she could trust and love. However, an unexpected event happened, interrupting Adam's plan. While Emma was enjoying the party, a rich man appeared and began flirting with her. That man, with a confident demeanor and a very luxurious appearance, quickly attracted the attention of everyone around him. Not only did he come with flashy beauty, but he also brought with him a tempting offer, a promise of a life change, of wealth and stability that Emma had never dreamed of. The rich man, a successful investor, was open-minded and seemed always on the lookout for talented people, and he quickly recognized Emma's potential. He begins chatting, flirting, and making offers to help Emma change her life, giving her the financial stability she craves. In that moment of confusion, Emma felt like everything around her was changing. She, who is used to a simple life, is suddenly drawn into a glamorous world where opportunities for money and stability seem to be opening up before her eyes. While Emma wondered, Adam stood watching from afar. He immediately noticed the change in Emma's demeanor. Her eyes became confused, as if faced with an opportunity that could change her life. Adam felt a feeling of pain mixed with fear in his heart, that if Emma was caught up in the flashy things of this new man, she would no longer have for him the true love that he had built with all his soul. After the party, in a private moment, when Emma sat quietly by the window, her eyes troubled and full of contradictions, Adam approached and gently asked, "Emma, are you okay? You look confused." Emma turned, her eyes sparkling in the dim light, and she replied, I don't know, Adam. Today I met a man. He said things that made me feel like my life could change. I feel like there is an opportunity to have stability, wealth that I never thought of." Adam felt his heart clench. He gently held Emma's hand, his eyes filled with sincerity. "Emma, I have something to tell you." He hid a very big secret. "I'm not just an ordinary worker, as you see. The truth is, you are a billionaire." He gave up the luxurious life and comforts of the rich world to live simply, to find true love. "I don't want to be loved for money or fame. I just want to be loved for who I am." In that moment, the air seemed to stagnate. Emma stared at Adam, her eyes filled with confusion and surprise. She felt like the whole world around her seemed to have lost its color, leaving only the chaotic emotions welling up in her heart. The revelation of that truth was like a strong wind blowing, sweeping away the illusions she had unintentionally built. But in Emma's heart, the confusion did not stop. She wondered if now, knowing that Adam was a rich man, would there still be any true love? She feels like her life is at a decisive crossroads between pursuing a life-changing opportunity with financial stability or maintaining faith in the simple, sincere love she has gradually developed for Adam. In that moment of confusion, the rich man she had just met at the party made the turmoil in her heart even more complicated. He continued to talk, making promises of a bright future, of a fuller life. But those words seemed to invite a dream that Emma didn't know she really wanted. Adam, standing looking through the door, sensed a distinct change in Emma's demeanor. He knew that if Emma let the flashy things outside wash away, the love he had devoted to her could be forgotten and faded over time. He was sad, worried, and felt like his heart was hurt when he thought that the girl he loved might be about to give up the true values of life. After the party ended in the last minutes of the night, Emma quietly wondered, "Can I really choose anything for my life? Should I pursue that man's promising life, or should I trust in the simple, sincere love that Adam has for me?" That question echoed in her heart, causing her dreams and worries to intertwine. Emma felt like she was standing between two worlds. One was the world of wealth, of opportunities, of stability that she had never known. On the other side is the world of true love, simplicity, and spiritual values that she always cherishes. Meanwhile, Adam knew that the moment to reveal the truth had come. But he also understood that before speaking, he needed to give Emma time to face herself. He said gently, "Emma, I don't want you to rush into making a decision. I just hope you know that no matter what things look like, I'm always here, for love, for who you are." But in his heart, the fear that Emma would be caught up in the flashy things of that rich man grew more and more. I wonder if you can ever realize the true value of love, if you can live fully with yourself without being attracted by external frivolities. While Emma was lost in confused thoughts, the rich man approached again, continuing to warmly flirt and make attractive proposals. That choice made Emma feel even more confused, causing her soul to become even more divided. And Adam, with a sincere but no less painful heart, realized that perhaps the secret about his true identity, something he had cherished for a long time, could be the thing that made Emma choose to leave him. Amidst the turmoil of emotions and the change in Emma's attitude, Adam stood there in the dim light of the Parisian evening, wondering if there was anything he could do to keep that love true, or if things had begun to move in a direction that he could not control. In that moment, their story, a story of love born between two opposite people, gradually becomes more complicated than ever. As truth and illusion collide, as the choice between love and the chance for a life change becomes blurred by the flirtations and flashy promises from the outside world. While the soul has not yet had time to calm down after the emotional moments between Emma and Adam, fate has drawn a new tragic chapter for Emma's life. After a long time of cultivating simple love, Emma is gradually attracted to the temptations of a flashy life. While her heart was still moved by Adam's genuine emotions, the invitations of a rich man, along with the promise of a full, stable life, crept into Emma's mind like a cool breeze in the middle of a harsh winter. Emma, with a young soul but also full of desire for change, decided to ignore Adam, who had always given her sincerity and warm affection, to run after a rich man who she believed would bring her a better life. In Emma's heart, dreams of a prosperous future where financial difficulties are no longer a burden gradually take over every thought. She feels the appeal of the opportunity to change her fate, the opportunity to live in a world where money is no longer a barrier. Day by day, brief meetings at work and promises of the future seemed to make Emma more confused. She couldn't help but think that perhaps if she lived in a luxurious environment, if she had a man who could give her financial stability, her life would become brighter. And then, on a special occasion when she was invited to a party of an investment partner of the company, Emma met that rich man again, who did not hesitate to flirt with her and give her attractive proposals about the future. His words, warm, confident, and carrying the promise of change, seemed to open before Emma a door to a life she had always wanted. With each passing moment, Emma is gradually drawn into a world of opportunities and promises of wealth. Meanwhile, Adam, who always gave her affectionate eyes, warm smiles, and sincere words, still stuck by her side. One day, in a dim morning at a small cafe near the company, when Emma suddenly met Adam again, everything seemed to stop in a heavy silence. Emma sat across from Adam, confusion mixed with guilt in her eyes. She realized that even though she decided to follow the path of wealth, she still could not completely give up the memories and emotions that Adam had given her from the first days. Looking into Adam's quiet eyes, Emma felt the sincerity was still there, like a weak ray of light glimmering in the darkness of betrayal. Adam, despite the pain in his heart because of Emma's choice, still maintained a calm demeanor. He was not in a hurry to scold her, not force her or make her feel guilty. Instead, with a gentle voice but filled with deep sadness, he said, "Emma, I understand that everyone has their own path. I just hope you know that no matter which path you choose, I am always here, always loving and appreciating what we have." Those words were like a gentle farewell, as if Adam was giving up the dream of being with Emma that he had nurtured with all his soul. He knew that, in times like these, no one could force her to stay. No one could force her heart to love him. And even though the pain of rejection left him feeling broken, Adam decided to let Emma choose her path, even if it meant that the true love he had for her would no longer be her choice. Emma, besides being full of conflict, still silently felt the obvious change in Adam's treatment. Sadness, disappointment, and the fading of promises made her feel like she was no longer valuable enough. While Emma was engrossed in dreams of wealth, she gradually forgot the simple but precious things. Sincere love, the warmth of a humble soul. Memories of gentle conversations, of times when Adam listened and comforted her like a loyal friend, now faded from her mind. Amidst the scene of obvious betrayal, as Emma chased after the rich man's advances, Adam stood there with silent but irrepressible pain, realizing that his love for Emma had gradually been replaced. He did not try to force or blame her, just let her freely choose, even though in his heart loneliness and loss were like deep wounds that could not be healed. As time passed, the signs of change in Emma's soul became more evident. She gradually became colder, less sharing and more distant with Adam. Sometimes, in quiet moments with a cup of coffee or when she left the company, Emma's eyes were empty, as if all true emotions had been extinguished by the promises of a rich future. Her choice, although based on fragile dreams of material stability, left Adam with an unresolved pain, a clear betrayal that no one could ignore. And so, amid the weak rays of the Parisian winter, in the space of a love affair that arose between two opposite people, that unexpected meeting became the mark of a separation. Adam, although heartbroken, decided to give up his dream of being with Emma, allowing her the freedom to choose her own path, even though he knew that meant their love was no longer the same. In front of Adam, Emma stood confused, between the conflicting feelings of once overflowing love and the temptations of a life full of promises of wealth. She didn't know that, in that moment, she lost a part of herself, a part that only Adam's true, simple love can bring. And Adam, in the silence of his soul, gradually accepted that if Emma had chosen another path, there would have been nothing left for him to do but keep his pain secret and let time decide their fate. Not long after Emma gradually left, the truth that Adam had long cherished began to be revealed. Although his heart still ached from the feeling of betrayal, Adam finally realized that in order for everything to become transparent and for Emma to understand who he was, he had no choice but to reveal his true identity. One evening, when the shimmering Paris lights reflected on the wet street surface, Adam decided to meet Emma alone in a quiet space where they could talk without being disturbed. In the dim atmosphere of the evening, with the murmuring sounds of the city, Adam walked closer to Emma, the person he still had all his feelings for, although she had gradually let flashy things take away her soul. Adam took a deep breath, his eyes filled with sincerity but also with deep sadness, then gently said, "Emma, I have something important to tell you. I understand that for a while now, you have been looking for another life, a life that you believe will bring you stability and fulfillment. But I can't let you live in an illusion. You need to know that, behind the image of a simple worker, I am really a very different person." Emma stared at Adam, confusion and fear in her eyes. Her heart seemed to vibrate with each beat. Each word from Adam seemed to bury all the trust she had built. Adam continued, "The truth is, I'm not just an ordinary worker, as you see. He is a billionaire. He gave up his luxurious life, comforts and fame, to live hidden in the form of an ordinary person. I do this to test whether love can truly come from the heart, or is it just a shadow of money and power? In that moment, everything seemed to stop. Emma felt like she had been shaken by an unexpected shock. The revelation of Adam's true identity was like a powerful storm, washing away the illusions she had once believed in. She feels like she is standing at a crossroads in fate, between choosing to follow the glamorous invitation of a wealthy life and holding on to the true values of a simple, sincere love. Emma's shock comes not only from the truth about Adam, but also from a feeling of regret when she realizes that she made a mistake in giving up his love for material frivolities. She wondered if she could ever return to Adam, the person who loved her, completely and sincerely, now that everything seemed to have changed so much. Adam, in a shaky but determined voice, continued, "Emma, I know you may feel like you've made the wrong choice, that you've strayed from riches. But I hope you understand that the most precious thing I always cherish is not material wealth, but the true love I have for you. I don't want you to live in ambiguity. I just hope you can understand that in this life, the truth always finds a way to emerge." Amid these chaotic moments of emotions, Emma didn't know what to say. She only knew that, in her heart, confusion and pain mixed with overflowing regret. The images of the past, the times when Adam laughed, the comforting whispers, the warm moments together now seemed to become blurred, overshadowed by the harsh truth that she had never dared to imagine. Meanwhile, the rich man she met at the party, who brought her promises of a changed life, continued to appear in Emma's mind as a temptation that was hard to refuse. Her choice now becomes extremely complicated. Emma feels like she is divided between two worlds. A world of stability and wealth, where she can have the things she desires, and a world of simple, honest love that Adam always tries to give her. After Adam finished speaking, the heavy air in the room seemed to stop in a silent moment of silence. Emma stood there, her eyes sparkling, not knowing how to react. She felt like her heart was being torn apart. The truth about Adam knocked all her dreams away, making her realize that she was wrong to think that money could replace true love. Adam continued gently, with a voice as if he were letting his soul into space. I don't expect you to answer right away. I just want you to know that no matter how much this truth shocks you, I am always here, always willing to listen and accept you. I just hope that after everything stabilizes, you can regain faith in yourself and in our love." Those words seemed to leave a new wound in Emma's heart, a wound of regret, of pain from past decisions, of choices that she had never really understood. She wondered if she could return to Adam, if she had the courage to accept a true love not based on material possessions, even if it meant having to live with the uncomfortable truth. In that moment, Emma felt like the whole world was collapsing, making everything around her blur. The truth about Adam, a man who pretended to be poor just to find true love, now becomes too heavy for her. She realized that in her heart, her dreams of a rich life had dimmed the light of true love, and now she didn't know which path to follow. As the evening gradually fell, with the warm yellow light reflecting on tired faces, Emma stood quietly facing herself, facing the truth that had been revealed. She knows that, no matter how many things change, even if her heart suddenly becomes cold because of material temptations, true love will always exist, even if only a fragile part of her heart. In that moment, Adam stepped back from the room, with pain and disappointment quietly following. He knew that, although he had tried his best to make Emma understand that true love could not be bought with wealth, now her choice might have gone astray, and with a broken heart. He only knows that the only thing he can do is let Emma freely choose, even if that means their love will never be the same. After Adam's tearful evening and revelations, the atmosphere in the room where they met was still somber. Even though Adam poured his heart out and revealed the truth about his identity, that he was a billionaire who pretended to be poor just to find true love, Emma was still in a state of nameless confusion. Emma sat there, her eyes distant, her heart full of contradictions. Before her eyes was the image of Adam, who still had a sad smile and eyes filled with sincerity. But inside, she felt like her heart had been split into two pieces. She wondered, can I come back to you after I left you for someone else? Do you really love me? Or are you simply seduced by the promises of a stable and wealthy life? In that moment, gradually, memories of the time spent with Adam appeared in Emma's mind like precious puzzle pieces. She remembered the times Adam quietly shared simple everyday stories with her, the moments when he comforted her and helped her overcome the difficulties of a poor life. She remembers the simplicity and humility that he always showed, something that money and fame, even if they bring material stability, cannot compare. The more Emma thought, the more she realized that money, even if it brought the things she once wished for, could not bring true happiness. She remembered the times when Adam never showed any conceit and always knew how to listen and appreciate her dreams and secret feelings. In that moment, she felt an emptiness, a regret for getting lost among the frivolous things outside. Emma's heart gradually calmed down. She began to wonder, is real love when two people accept each other no matter what they have, no matter how difficult life is? She remembered Adam's words, "I love you for who you are, for the true values you have, not for what we have or don't have." Those words were like cool raindrops washing away her soul, making Emma realize that she was wrong to give up true love because of the temptations of wealth. That realization comes not in a moment, but in a slow, step-by-step process. Emma sat quietly, her eyes gradually becoming brighter when thinking of Adam, the person she once trusted and loved with all her heart. She told herself that, even if she had chosen the wrong path, it was never too late to correct it. This realization is like a glimmer of light in the darkness, bringing hope that true love can still be saved if she knows how to open her heart and return to the true values of life. While Emma was immersed in inner thoughts, the echoes of Adam's words still echoed in her mind. Love is not perfection, but the choice to stay, even though it hurts. Those words touched her heart, making her dreams of a rich life gradually lose their appeal. Emma realized that she had lost her way, and now she needed to find her true self, the person who once believed in honesty, in love not based on wealth but only based on people and soul. The emotion rising in Emma's heart was not just sadness or regret, but also strong determination. She begins to realize that the choice she made may have been an irreversible mistake, but it doesn't have to be the one to end everything. She can learn to forgive herself, learn to return to true values, and find the love she once believed in. In that buoyant moment, Emma no longer felt conflicted. She realized that money can buy material stability, but it cannot buy happiness or the completeness of a soul. She understands that true happiness is when two people can accept each other, regardless of what they have or do not have. That is true love. Emma raised her head and looked up, her determined eyes gradually replacing the previous confusion. She knows that no matter how many mistakes she made in the past, she now has the opportunity to fix it, to return to the person she truly loves. She realized that her decision to pursue wealth caused her to lose sight of her true values, values that only true love can bring, and she couldn't continue to live in that confusion anymore. After hours of anxiety and mixed thoughts, Emma decided that it was time for her to face reality. She knows that, if she continues to live in her illusions and mistakes, not only herself but also the people she once loved, especially Adam, will forever be left in the past. Determination surged in Emma's heart, making her realize that even though she had been wrong, she still had a chance to change her fate. Emma decided to go back to find Adam. This time she is no longer the poor and weak girl like before, but has grown up, gone through many challenges, and understood that life is not only about frivolous dreams of wealth, but also has true values from love and sincerity. With renewed determination, Emma knows that to live a fulfilling life, she must face the mistakes of the past and dare to choose the path of true love. She walked out of the small house filled with determination, her steps no longer hesitant. Emma went to the places where she and Adam once shared beautiful moments together. A roadside cafe where the yellow lights shimmered and soft music echoed. There she found Adam sitting alone, his eyes quietly looking out the window as if searching for something in the darkness of the Paris night. Emma came closer. Her voice was not raised but full of sincerity. "Adam, I was wrong. I chose the wrong path when I let frivolous things overshadow true value. I realized that money cannot bring true happiness. True happiness is when two people accept each other, no matter what they have, no matter how difficult life is." Adam, with sad eyes but also filled with hope, stared at Emma. Although his heart still hurt from the separation, Emma's words seemed to ease the nostalgia and loneliness of the days apart. He gently replied, "Emma, I have always believed that our love was true. I understand that you have gone through many difficulties and perhaps have lost your direction. I don't expect you to answer right away, but I just want you to know that I'm still here, and I'm always willing to give you a chance to come back." In the quiet space of the cafe, under the dim lights of the Parisian night, Emma felt her heart warmed. She knows that deciding to return to Adam is not an easy thing, because the past has left too many wounds. But she also realizes that only by facing the truth and accepting her mistakes can she find her true self. Emma continued to speak, her voice filled with tears but full of determination. "Brother, I understand that I cannot live forever in the illusion of frivolous things. I made a mistake, and I regret giving up on our true love. I can't change the past, but I hope that we can move forward together. Not based on the promises of wealth, but based on the truth, the love and sincerity we once had." Adam silently listened to Emma's words. His eyes gradually brightened with a gentle ray of hope. Even though he was heartbroken by the moments of loss, he still felt in Emma's words her sincere repentance and desire to start over. He gently took her hand, as if wanting to give Emma all the strength and faith he still had in their love. As Emma and Adam faced the past and the future, the atmosphere seemed to be refreshed by the sincerity of words from the heart. Emma realized that no matter how many mistakes there are, no matter how many wounds that have not yet healed, true love always has the power to heal everything. She knew that getting back to Adam not only required his forgiveness, but also required her to forgive herself. In that moment, Emma decided that from now on she would live true to herself. She will face the past, learn to forgive, and dare to love again. Not because of frivolous things, but because of the true value of true love. Emma knows that the road ahead may not be easy, but she believes that if two people walk together, no matter how many difficulties there are, true happiness can still be found. With that determination, Emma promised herself and Adam that she would never let past mistakes hinder their future. She said softly, "Please give me another chance. I want to live truly, love truly, and rebuild the values we once had with you." Adam, even though there was still sadness and wounds in his heart that had not yet healed, could only smile sadly, his eyes showing acceptance and forgiveness. "Emma, I'm always willing to give you a chance. I believe that if we face the truth together, any difficulty can be overcome." In the warm space of the cafe, under the dim lights of the Paris night, Emma and Adam together opened a new chapter in their lives. A chapter of truth, of true love, and of choices not based on wealth but only on the soul. Emma's decision is a major turning point, the first time she dares to return to the past and accept mistakes, so that from there, she can regain faith in true love. Finally, after many ups and downs, moments of anxiety, pain, and moments of regret, Emma and Adam realized that true love cannot be bought with money. Throughout the journey, they went together, even though they experienced moments full of illusions, the temptations of wealth and wrong choices. The most valuable things were still sincerity, trust, and the ability to accept each other. Emma, who was once carried away by the illusion of a glamorous life, after experiencing painful moments when choosing to follow the path of wealth, gradually realized that what money brings is only material stability, while true happiness comes from the heart. She understands that no matter what life brings, what cannot be changed is the value of true love. Love that is built from trust, from kindness, and from the ability to accept each other for who they are. Adam, who has always lived simply inside a humble appearance despite carrying a huge fortune, also realized that the power of love does not lie in luxuries or power, but only in the sincerity of the soul. He tried to show Emma that material things can only temporarily make life less difficult, but only true love, nurtured by trust and acceptance, can bring lasting happiness. Through many challenges, the two realized that love is not a possession or something that can be valued by money. True love is a choice, choosing to stay together despite the difficulties, even though the challenges make the heart ache, but still always wanting to share, to overcome all the storms of life together. Through moments of separation, through tears and unfulfilled promises, they learned that only mutual acceptance, despite their shortcomings, despite their unhealed wounds, can create a lasting and meaningful relationship. During her journey, Emma gradually understands that true happiness does not come from having what society considers adequate, but also from knowing how to love and give. She realized that when you love someone for who they are, when you give love without asking for anything in return, that is true love. The time she remembered the moments with Adam, when he never showed off or bragged but only respected every everyday story. The times he comforted her when she was sad, she felt that their love was always built on a foundation of honesty. Adam also learned that even though past mistakes caused their love to experience unforgettable hurt, they were also valuable lessons that helped him grow. He realized that the value of a relationship does not lie in external things, but in understanding, sympathy, and the belief that each person deserves to be loved for who they are. Those difficult moments helped him realize that true love is not governed by reputation or account balance, but only needs to be built from sincerity and unconditional acceptance. Emma and Adam's story ends with a profound lesson. Love is not a gift that can be bought with money, but is the result of choice. The choice to stay together, even if things have changed, even if mistakes have hurt both of them. They learn that, when in love, each person needs to give themselves a chance to change, to forgive the past, and live fully with what the present can bring. True love is mutual acceptance, knowing that we are not perfect, but that is what makes each of us unique and precious. In the end, Emma and Adam found themselves a new path. They realized that although life has many unsatisfactory things, if they know how to believe in true love, if they know how to choose happiness for both of them, then all challenges and difficulties can be overcome. They realize that money is just a means to improve material life, but true happiness lies in the connection of the soul, sharing, sympathy, and the belief that love can always overcome the frivolous values of society. Their story ends with a reminder that, in this day and age, when differences in money and social status often create harsh barriers in relationships, true love is always capable of overcoming all of them. It is not simply a feeling, but also a choice, a commitment to face reality together and build a future based on sincerity and trust. Emma and Adam have proven that, although each person may come from different circumstances, if they know how to give true love, each heart can find a place of true comfort and happiness. On the path they traveled, the lessons of acceptance and trust were imprinted in each person's mind. They have learned that love is not about possessing, but about giving, about experiencing all the joys and sorrows together, even if life stumbles or gradually drifts away from external values. Emma and Adam gradually built a relationship not based on material things or fame, but based on the sincerity of the soul and promises given from the heart. That is the lesson they carry and give to each other, as proof that true love always finds a way to appear, is always nurtured through forgiveness and the choice of happiness for both. Between the confessions, the tears, and the smiles that emerged after difficult moments, they understood together that love cannot be forced, and intrinsic values cannot be resisted. It can only be built through honest moments, through difficult but meaningful choices. And so, Emma and Adam not only learned how to love each other with their true selves, but also learned how to become more complete people. People who know how to appreciate and share, and how to forgive themselves and each other. At the end of the story, Emma and Adam stood side by side, their eyes looking straight into the future, with the belief that no matter how turbulent life is, true love always has the power to support and brighten the soul. They understand that the most valuable things are not things that can be measured in money or power, but spiritual values, mutual acceptance, and the ability to build a happy and fulfilling life together. And the story ends with the lesson that love is not a possession or something we can buy and sell. It is about choosing to stay, about accepting each other's imperfections, and creating a path to happiness together. In the modern world, where differences in money and social status are always barriers, Emma and Adam's story serves as a reminder that only sincerity and trust can create lasting relationships. Can love overcome differences in money and social status? Do you think that in a relationship, sincerity and trust are more important factors than all else? Please share your opinion in the comments section below. Let's discuss and spread the message that no matter how many challenges life has, only true love built on acceptance and trust can lead us to true happiness. Thank you for taking the time to follow Emma and Adam's story. If you find that this story brings deep and meaningful thoughts, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss other touching, profound stories. Each of your opinions will be a source of encouragement and also a small flame that lights up the belief in true love between us.